YouTube, I'm back again. It's me, Nikki, and welcome back to my channel, Nikki Loves Locks. Today's video is something different for me. I've never done a sample sale haul with you guys because there is hardly ever any in Scotland. Hooray, we finally had one. And it was, oh, sorry, we're a bit skew with here. There we go, that's better. And this one was with a brand I absolutely love, Strathberry. So you might have seen from my recent unboxing, I unboxed, unbagged, whatever way you want to call it, the fabulous Charlotte bag from Mulberry. Not Mulberry, Strathberry. Dearie me, I've got Mulberry on the brain because I seen something nice in Mulberry while I was in Edinburgh. But anyway, I digress. I went to the Strathberry sample sale in Edinburgh. I'm going to tell you a little about the sample sale, how you can attend, etc. because I think that's super important for people to know. And then I'll show you the products that I got. So if I start off with, let's put some light on. There we go, that's much better. So how I found out about it was both Instagram and the Strathberry website. So Strathberry on there and on Instagram had that the sample sale was coming back to Edinburgh. You got tickets through the app Eventbrite. Don't know if many of you will know of that. People in the UK, I would imagine, would. But I would say if you're overseas, there was also virtual appointments that could be booked. And I know the fabulous Victoria from Accounting for Luxury always uses the Strathberry sample sale and gets some goods through that. So yeah, she definitely does that, and she is in Nashville, I believe. Fabulous place from what I've heard. I'd love to go one day. If I met Victoria while I was there, that would be lovely too, but I don't know how she would feel about that. She might be like, stalker alert. But anyway, so that's how you hear about it. You register. It was completely free to register. You get your ticket on this Eventbrite app, and then you literally go where the sale opened at a particular showroom they have in Melville Street in Edinburgh. It's a newer area they have an shop in. It's fabulous. I love it. And when I got there at 9:30, so I was there half an hour before the start, I didn't know how early I needed to go because I've never been to one of their sample sales before. I got a surprise. There was quite a few people in the queue. Now, I joined the queue, had some slightly annoying people in the queue. I think they were just excited and had too much caffeine, because when I actually got to talk to them, there were two absolutely fabulous young ladies who unfortunately didn't realise that you had to have a ticket. So I said to them, well, listen, when we eventually get to the front, I'll sneak you in with me. We'll just pretend we're three together on that ticket. And they were like, thank you so much. You so didn't need to do that, and it's such a kind thing to do. So yeah, they deserve it. They waited absolutely ages. So I was in the queue at 9:30. The store opened at 10. A small group get in at 10. And then we waited, and we waited, and we waited. At 11, I was still outside waiting with my poor husband and walking the streets of Edinburgh, because there's no point him standing in a queue with me, and he would have been bored to tears coming in. Edinburgh is about an hour or so on the train away from where I live, an hour and a bit of a drive. So, you know, it's not easy to park in the centre of Edinburgh either. So anyone who's from Edinburgh will know that, and will probably also say, why on earth would you take your car in? But anyway, still waiting at 11, gets to 11:30, and I'm much, much closer to the queue. So you can finally see that they let you in past the first person. Then you have to queue to go into the room, because the room is not very big. That was my first spoiler, but they had lots of products all along the walls, the shelves, the floors, lots of stuff to rummage through. So if you had a lot of time, you can do that, but yeah, it would be an absolute nuisance at times as well. So yeah, you've got to just wait and be patient. Eventually you get into the room to be told you have 20 minutes to browse all of the products. Now 20 minutes didn't feel like a long time for me. Now all I'll say is I've managed to come out with, I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items in 20 minutes. Of that, I've got 2 bags. Yeah, and I'm going to show you what I got. Now, what I'll say about their sample sale is it can be different than other companies. Some of the products, they've tried making them and they didn't go into production. So you could actually have a one-of-a-kind Strathberry bag, which I think is absolutely amazing. I did not go down that route. I went for two things that I felt I had a bit of a gap colour-wise in my wardrobe, so I didn't go for boring colours. I've gone for, well, I don't think they're boring. We'll see what you guys think. You might be like, Nikki, you're completely off on one. But anyway, let me show you them. I'm going to start with the smallest items. 2 6. Right, so I got this twilly that reminds me of Christmas. So it's like a navy blue, it's got red, it's got turquoise in it, a little bit of cream in the Strathberry bit of the jumper. It makes me think of Amelia Rose's Closet's Chanel Christmas bags, which I love Christmas, I just don't like the price you probably had to pay for them. So I do enjoy those bags. If I had all the money in the world, I would probably try and buy one off her, I'll be honest. So this should have been £75 and I got it for 30. What I should say is goods in the sale were up to 70% off. So you could really get a bargain, and these were not the prices weren't advertised in the recent sale. Okay, so that's item 1. Item 2 was more of an impulse buy. This is probably the most boring. It's a black Strathberry luggage tag in leather. If you lift up here, you could put it like a bit in with your details so that you can find the stuff. This should have been £55 and it was £27.50. So another, in my mind, good saving. So that's 2 items so far. Good prices. These probably go up the way in prices as I go through them. I'm going to go to my next item, which is maybe my favourite, which is this. I love the pattern of it. I love the fact you've got space for your cards here, but I also love you can unzip and look at the inside. It's just as fabulous. So, an amazing card holder in my opinion. You could put notes in there, put cards. I'm forever with one card holder, or well, one key clay I was using as a card holder, getting notes stuck. So this one will be more practical for me. This was originally £80. I got it for 30, so £50 off. So to me, a really great saving. So you think less than, what, it's about 60% off the price of that. So a good buy, and it's quite a good size. Now this might have been made for the sample sale. I don't really care. I love it because it's different. Okay, next. Which one next? That one. Oh, go for this. You guessed it. Brown cashmere scarf. 100% cashmere. So again, it's got your Strathberry logo there. Now the only thing, I don't know why it says this, and no doubt someone will tell me, is it says tree on it. It's probably just the line that it was part of, but absolutely gorgeous item. It'll be brilliant for Scottish winter. Scotland is not the kindest when it comes to winter to people. I live in a wee village at the top of a hill, and we've been snowed in before because the weather gets so bad. Now, this, I would say, is my bargain of the day, and I think it's because it was embroidered, right? So this should have been £300. I got it for 70. Now, if all it is Chi, I could just pretend I'm Arabella Chi from Love Island, but like her nicer cousin. So for the sake of Chi, I'm going to keep it for that. I think it was a great purchase for 70. Now, you're thinking, how many items has she got left? And she's got 2 bags. Well, I've actually got 3 items left and 2 bags. So I'm going to show you my next item. And I've always wanted one of these. Now, I've always thought that this would damage the leather, which you can see it does leave an indentation. But for me, it's a great card holder. You can also see there where it's indented on it, but really good room for cards, good room for notes. I didn't expect that there would be £5 inside it. Okay, so this cost £5 less than the price then. Wow, that's not something I was expecting from Strathberry. That makes me think someone bought it and returned it because it wasn't quite right, and that's okay because it's not perfect, but I would say it's really fabulous. So just you flick that down, and yeah, I think that's a real classic. Now this should have been £195. This is also the Melville Street wallet. And the colour is taupe. It should have been £195. I got it for £117, but bear in mind there was a £5 inside that you clearly just seen. I had no idea was in it. So £112, we'll call that one. Bargain. Really good leather too. Now, we're coming on to the bags. And like I've said, there's two bags. One is more of a wallet on a chain. Yep. And that's this one. Now, hopefully you can see it properly. It's like a bottle green, and bottle green even? Green? So it's a bottle green and it's a crescent on a chain bag, okay? Now, I love this detail, and that's the detail you see on quite a few of the pieces. If I lift this up, you'll see inside you've got the beautiful green colour, and you're probably going, oh, is that straps? Is that straps, Nikki? Yes, it is. So you've got your, obviously it is because it's a wallet on a chain. So what I love is you've got a decent amount of room in there, so I'll be easily able to fit my inhaler, my phone. I've also got a zipped compartment where, let's be honest, it's fully lined as well. I'm probably going to put my purse, cards, etc. Now, because it's a bit of a sample sale, there's a couple of marks on the leather, but I really don't care about them. I'm going to just put this strap on just now. I'll let you see the strap in a minute as well, because I think this strap is sensational. Let me do that. Here we go. Right, so here we have it. So that is the strap on it, and I love this strap. So people, ladies of a certain age, men of a certain age, you'll remember those kind of belchery style chains. I absolutely love them, 80s and 90s. And what I love about this is it sits at an absolutely brilliant height for me. There you go, you can see the green in all its glory now. An absolute little stunner. So for me, this was a good bargain too. Should have been £295, cost a grand total of £147.50. There you go, there's your label, and they have all the prices in red. Really like that, love the green and love the gold with it. I'm very much a gold kind of a person. I don't mind mixed metals either, so for me that's a no-brainer. Now, the final one, this is my favourite item. I don't know if it was the most expensive, probably on a par with the last one, is this absolutely stunning blue. It's really padded leather. It's got the beautiful bar over the top. It's magnet closed in there. It's got a chain on it as well. Again, a fabulous different chain. Reminds me of the chains on the Mulberry Softies. So I kind of thought I could use that chain somewhere if I need to. I'm just going to figure out where you put the chain onto. So yeah, you do put the chain onto that bit. If you look inside, really big amount of room. And you've got your Strathberry made in Spain piece here. For me, this one was about the squishiness of the leather. I've watched Hannah Leatherstein's videos about Strathberry. I couldn't agree with them more. I think their quality is outstanding for the price point, especially. It doesn't matter to me if a celebrity's wearing these or anything. I do get a bit pig sick of how we always talk about Meghan Markle having these bags, but I think Kate had them as well. But to be honest, they don't really matter to me, because what matters to me is that this bag is fabulous. Now, it's slightly higher up on me, but I'm really short. So the fact that that goes crossbody is absolutely phenomenal. I think you'll agree the chain strap is absolutely stunning. Let me show you the hardware up closer and the colour up closer. Even on the strap it says Strathberry made in Spain. So what they did say at the sample sale to this very rude lady who'd bought 2 massive carrier bags full of stuff, and she said, "Are all the straps inside?" And the girl said, "Well, madam, it's your responsibility to check if there are straps at the time of purchase, because not all bags have straps. Therefore, you'll need to actually have a look inside. All sales are final." So that's the other thing about this sale. Final, so you can't change it. She got a bit annoyed at that point, and then was trying to actually scroll through all of her bags to actually find if each of them had straps. And the girl who was serving her had to actually say, "Madam, there is an extremely large queue. If you don't mind, could you please move to the side so that I can serve the next customer?" I was blown away at how politely she said that to the lady, and that the lady actually wasn't a dick at that point, because she really easily could have been. But from my perspective, I didn't want to wait too much longer. By the time I got out of it, it was about 12 o'clock. So I was in maybe 25 to 12 I was in, and maybe 5 to 10 minutes queue to pay, and that was me back out again. Now, I think they probably didn't realise how popular it was going to be, because some of the staff came out before it started and panned the camera around and like, "Oh my god, the queue was like about 2 streets back." And if you know that area of Edinburgh, there's not a lot was going on at that time in the morning. The biggest thing that was going on was one car whose alarm went off for the entire time we were queuing. Fortunately, I'd been left in the queue with a coffee, so I was perfectly happy. But the coffee had worked its magic, and I needed to pee by the time I got out of it, so it was a quick jaunt to one. But yeah, so lots of people left with a good few items. Some people left with nothing. Yeah, I think it depends what they were looking for. I think you had to be realistic that the mosaic bags weren't going to be there. They had the tote ones with the one handle with the big bar, loads of them, mini ones, big ones. They had shoulder, like actual tote bags that you could fit laptops in. They had so many card holders, just not one that a lady on Facebook wanted me to look for. So I'm going to need to message her and say, "I'm really sorry, they had none of them in stock." They had little bits of jewellery as well. They had like ponchos, they had blankets, like so many bucket bags as well. And a lot of the bucket bags looked really, really nice, but I'd kind of decided get 2 bags, and I know that bucket bags I find more difficult because I am very much a cross-body person. So I'd love to know your thoughts on what I've purchased. I just thought 2 good colours that aren't black, but I'll wear with loads. I very much love blue, I love navy especially. And that's really because I find it much kinder to my very pale complexion rather than black. Black, like I'm wearing now, I think just makes me look even paler, whereas a good navy really brings out the warmth in my skin tone. So that's why I didn't go for black, but they did have black bags there. They had all kinds of ones, so if you, yeah, it was honestly, it's definitely something I would go back to in the future. I think they have them in other places in the UK, London especially. It has made me want to think about maybe a London blog, where I maybe go to some sample sales and some shops to look at what's out there, because it can be difficult in Scotland, seeing the quality and quantity that London YouTubers get to see. Even in our local Louis Vuitton in Edinburgh, you don't see any Murakami or any of that, and I suppose you have to go to London to see those things, so that might be something that I'm considering. I would love if any of the other London YouTubers would be interested in any kind of a catch up, meet up, anything at all, even if it's a bit of filming together. I would adore that. There is so many talented women out there who support and help each other, and I love what I see out there. Also, if you're a Scottish YouTuber and you're interested in any kind of a collab or anything like that, please give me a shout, because I'd be really interested. I'd love to meet more of the community here and maybe even meet some in person. I'm absolutely down with that. But thank you so much for watching again today. Hopefully you enjoyed the couple of videos that I've been filming today. I would say they're both a little bit different from each other, which is good. I do have a box that I've got coming. It does not contain a bag at all. It contains another thing I love. Labubus. I don't know, do you love them? Do you hate them? I only have 3 from Have a Seat. I have a Coca-Cola one. So soft and fabulous. This one here is my favourite because of his scary green eyes. I love him. But anyway, that's what I've got, a box of Labubus coming, and I've managed to get a big into energy one, which if you don't like Labubus, you'll be like, what are you talking about, Nikki? But let's just say it's the hottest ticket there is, which I was not able to get in Pop Mart because it sold after about 1 second. I kid you not. I was checking out, and actually at the final stage of my card payments, when the whole website crashed and I lost everything, so it was mucho annoying. But anyway, I have some Labubus coming. I'm going to do an unboxing of them. I hope you like them, but if you don't and you want to skip that one, that's okay. I'm also going to show you how I dress them up. I do have another one, and she's already got a little outfit on, and I'll bring her on and I'll let you meet her as well. And tell you a bit more about why I love these guys, and maybe a bit more about bag charms in general. Yes, I am a sucker, and these guys are just fabulous. I love them. I love their little hands and I love their fur. But anyway, thank you so much for watching my video today. Hopefully you've enjoyed it and you'll come back for the next one. But other than that, I want to say take care, have a fabulous week ahead, and yeah, just hope your day is filled with happiness, love and laughter. Take care everybody, bye.